Exclusive. Hoffman Family Gold suffers broken down fuel truck. It's hard to win here like Tony beats. Family is king. And the new series Hoffman Family Gold underscores all of those values and more. Hoffman is in it to win it for his crew, for his legacy, and to secure his place in the series canon as a key player. Except that in the coming episode, a vital piece of equipment fails, and the entire team is left scrambling. In TV show's exclusive clip below, we see the fuel truck engine has blown, which is bad news when your dozers and excavators need fueling. Fans know that the mechanics are really tested as there is no store nearby for parts. So, on-the-fly welding, clever hacks, and usage of whatever they have around must work to get the wash plant back on schedule. Hoffman is a Sandy, Oregon resident working at the Alaska site, Mammoth Valley Mine. Now he is back after a nearly 4-year hiatus, and his gold mining game is back on Discovery on the show Hoffman Family Gold. We ride with Hoffman, father Jack Hoffman, son Hunter Hoffman, Andy Spinks, and the core crew to find gold at a mine about 80 miles north of Nome, Alaska. Previously, Todd appeared on Gold Rush for 8 seasons, leaving in 2018. Below, you will find an exclusive clip from this week's episode, which shows just when you think one thing is fixed, another thing breaks at this mine. Todd Hoffman opens the clip as he says the crew had been working for several days to get this plant running. He said, "You can't get any gold if none of your plants are running. So if we can't get the Z plant running, we might pack up and go home right now." Andy Spinks tells the guys to fix the ripples, put new springs and new spray bars to get back in business. However, a problem arises. Todd's plan hits another snag as a broken-down fuel truck is mucking the schedule up. And without a way to transport fuel to the Z plant, there's no way of getting it running. In TV show's exclusive, mechanic Randy Hubler says, "They informed me that the fuel truck blew the engine, so we do not have a fuel truck." Son Hunter Hoffman says, "This is a real issue. A lot of these machines, you can't drive them up to a fuel tank. You have to take the fuel to them, so this is an actual big issue." Hoffman and Spinks explain that the engine's flowing on it, so they will hook it up to this loader and tow it up and out of the way so that Randy can fix it. Pragmatic and to the point, Hunter says, "You know, if we don't get this fuel truck running, we can't feel any of the pumps, we can't feel the generator for the plant. We can't feel the equipment, and then we'll be screwed." Foreman Andy Spinks underscores the value of this truck. This fuel truck is really important. It's a 6-wheel drive fuel truck. You can drive anywhere on the mine and not get stuck, so it fuels all the plants, all the excavators out of the cuts and stuff. It's just another obstacle in this mine. It's hard to win here. It's just hard to win. Hoffman Family Gold is now airing at its regular 8 p.m. time on Discovery. Exclusive. Hoffman Family Gold suffers broken-down fuel truck. It's hard to win here in the unforgiving wilds of the Alaska wilderness. The Hoffman's ambition is the only thing that burns brighter than the gold they're chasing. But as the cameras roll for Hoffman Family Gold, it's not just the extreme weather or the harsh terrain standing in their way. It's the constant battle against a series of mechanical failures, logistical nightmares, and the brutal realities of mining in a region where survival often trumps success. This week, the Hoffmans faced yet another hurdle in their gold quest, a broken-down fuel truck, which left their operation stranded and under the threat of costly delays. The Hoffman family, led by Todd Hoffman and his son, Hunter, are no strangers to the hard work and high risks involved in gold mining. Their journey began on Gold Rush, the popular Discovery Channel show, where the Hoffmans quickly became known for their enthusiasm, persistence, and, at times, overconfidence. But after years of ups and downs, the Hoffmans broke off to begin their own operation on Hoffman Family Gold, where they set out to stake their claim on new ground in the hope of striking it rich in Alaska's remote terrain. However, as anyone who's spent time in the harsh Alaskan wilderness can attest, it's never as simple as just digging for gold. The Hoffmans' latest challenge serves as a stark reminder of the daily obstacles that miners face. In an exclusive interview with Todd Hoffman, he described the recent setback with the fuel truck as a major blow to their operation. "It's hard to win here," Todd said, leaning against a pickup truck parked near their dig site, the tension visible in his face. "We've got all this gold to find, but the roadblocks come up faster than we can handle them. We keep fighting through them, but it's exhausting." The breakdown, fuel truck failure of any mining operation. Without it, equipment comes to a halt, progress slows to a crawl, and the clock is always ticking on both time and resources. In this remote corner of Alaska, there's no easy access to fuel supplies. The Hoffmans have to rely on fuel trucks to bring in enough diesel to power their heavy machinery, keep their camp running, and even operate the generators. But when their fuel truck broke down mid-delivery, the entire operation was left in a precarious position. The team had already been operating under tight margins, struggling to meet their production targets and dealing with the unpredictable conditions. Losing precious fuel and being unable to continue their work for several days could have devastating consequences. "We've been waiting on that fuel for days, and now it's just sitting there, stranded," Todd said, frustration creeping into his voice. "We've got people depending on us, and every moment we waste costs us." The problem was more than just a mechanical failure, it was a logistical nightmare. The truck's engine had failed in a remote area, miles away from the nearest repair shop. With no easy way to transport heavy equipment or even tow the truck back to base, the Hoffmans were forced to wait for a specialized team to come out to make the necessary repairs. In the meantime, they could do little more than watch their resources dwindle. "We are used to these setbacks," Todd continued. "You think you're prepared for anything, and then something as simple as a fuel truck breaking down can throw everything off track. But that's the reality of working out here. Nothing is guaranteed." The hard truths of gold mining. The Hoffmans' situation underscores the brutal truth of gold mining. It's not just about finding gold. It's about managing everything around it. Equipment maintenance, logistics, weather conditions, and even human error all contribute to the challenges that miners face every day. And in Alaska, the stakes are higher than in most places, where temperatures can drop to dangerous lows, wildlife is unpredictable, and road conditions can turn from passable to impassable within hours. In the past, the Hoffmans had experienced their fair share of breakdowns, equipment failures, and logistical hurdles. These challenges have followed them throughout their mining career, which has been as much about perseverance as it has been about gold. But after years of setbacks and hard lessons learned, the family still refuses to back down. They're determined to make it work, no matter how difficult the road ahead may seem. "We've learned that there's no such thing as a guaranteed win in mining," said Hunter Hoffman, Todd's son and fellow miner. "You can work your tail off and still end up with nothing. But the key is, you can't give up. If you quit, you've already lost." Hunter, who has been a central part of the team since the beginning, has watched his father and grandfather struggle through the highs and lows of gold mining. The family dynamic plays a critical role in the operation. Despite the frustrations, setbacks, and disappointments, there's an unshakable bond between the Hoffmans that keeps them pushing forward. "At the end of the day, it's about family," Hunter added. "We're in this together. We've got a dream, and we're not going to let anything stop us from achieving it." Mining in Alaska. The unique struggle. Alaska is known for its vast, untamed wilderness, and while it holds the promise of gold, it is also notoriously difficult to mine. The state's rugged terrain presents an array of challenges that make successful mining incredibly difficult. From frozen ground that requires thawing to equipment that can barely function in sub-zero temperatures, every day is a test of endurance. In addition to the technical challenges of working in such an extreme environment, there's also the mental toll that constant setbacks can take on a person. Todd Hoffman is no stranger to criticism, having been a polarizing figure during his time on Gold Rush, and the weight of that public scrutiny continues to linger. But it's not just the external pressure, it's the internal drive to succeed, to prove that they can overcome these difficulties and carve out a legacy of success in a place where success is rare. I think people think that mining is just about finding gold, but it's so much more than that, Todd said. It's about outlasting the odds, keeping your team motivated, and staying strong when everything seems to be falling apart. You can't control the weather or the equipment, but you can control how you react. And that's what keeps us going. What's next for the Hoffmans? Despite the fuel truck breakdown and other challenges, the Hoffmans are not giving up on their Alaska gold venture. With the repairs underway and a renewed sense of determination, Todd and Hunter are looking to push forward. They still have a substantial amount of land to mine.